Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how you feel after you move your body, even if it's just a little bit, compared to how you feel when you usually are just sitting the whole day or not moving or just like pausing a lot? Maybe it's just a short walk that you take at midday or at the beginning of your day. Maybe it's stretching your body and opening your body bit. Maybe it's doing a workout in the gym. Maybe it's dancing in the kitchen while you're cooking food. And suddenly your mood shifts. You feel lighter. Your mind is clearer. And suddenly your body feels much more alive. You feel much more alive. Today, I want to talk about something that have quietly changed my life. Welcome to another episode of Confidence is Overrated. Today we're talking about what I think is another underrated tool that we all have to improve our mental health, improve our confidence, improve how we feel with ourselves, and improve our resilience. And today's episode is all about how movement of any kind is really a medicine. This episode is not about how you need to work out harder or anything about fitness culture. In this episode, we are going to talk about movement in a deeply human, biological, and emotional way. Because the truth is that our body was not meant to be sitting the whole day. It was not meant to not move. When we don't move, we lose strength, we lose clarity, we lose the ability to regulate our emotions, our emotional regulation. We lose the trust in ourselves because we often say, I'm going to move, I'm going to work out, I'm going to improve my health, I'm going to take care of myself, and we don't do it. And all those small moments when we don't when we don't keep our word, those are the moments that start taking away our own belief and our own trust in ourselves. So today, I want to explore what movement actually means, why it's so powerful for your brain, for your mood, and for your nervous system, really. What the research shows and why it's important for you, for longevity, for your life, to improve your mental health too, and real life examples of how movement have the power to change lives. Most importantly, we are going to discuss how to start. Even if you feel tired, even if you feel stuck, even if you feel like you are too busy for it. This is not about pressure. This is not about perfection. This is just about little tweaks that improve our life and that we can use that are available to us to change and create a life that we love. The truth is this. This is something that everyone talks about. And when people think about movement, what they immediately think is the gym, is sweating and pain and being too hard, like intense workouts and always like rushing and moving and being out of breath. And the truth is that movement is not only that, or it's not really that. When we talk about movement, it's about what your body was actually designed to do. Walking, stretching, standing up, carrying the groceries, running, dancing, playing, strength training, mobility work. Movement is not for what you ate or to be able to get to this specific body shape. Movement is not a box that you have to check. Movement is actually a need that your body has. Every time that you move, your body sends your brain a message that says, I'm capable, I'm alive, and I can handle things. Here's something important that we often don't talk about. Frequency, repetition, consistency matters so much more than intensity. It's not about how intense and how hard you do a workout. It's about how consistent, how frequent you are with movement in your daily life, in your weekly life, in your monthly life, like how frequently you're moving your body. You don't need to do an hour-long workout. You don't have the time. You just need consistent signals of safety, strength, and vitality. This is why going for a 10-minute walk can sometimes change your entire day. That's why I start my day walking, taking a short walk before starting my day, because it does change my mood. It does change how I feel for the rest of the days, or at least for the couple of next hours. And that's important. When we notice that those small shifts improve our mood, improve how we feel, those are signals that our bodies are sending us to let us know that something is something that we should do more of, that thing is something we should do more of, that is working for us. So let's talk about the science and what is actually happening in your body every time that you move. Anytime that you move your body, you are releasing chemicals and you are releasing neurotransmitters that change and improve your mood, that directly affect how you feel. You are releasing endorphins, we are natural mood busters. So every time that you work out or that you move just a little bit, you get that little rush of natural boosting, of natural mood boosting. You release dopamine, which is the hormone for motivation and reward. And then you release serotonin, which is the hormone for emotional regulation and for calmness. That's why you get a boost in your mood. You feel proud, you feel rewarded, but at the same time, you feel more relaxed, you feel more chill, you feel calmer, really. It's because you are releasing all these chemicals, these neurotransmitters that are telling your brain, we are safe, we are alive, this is good, we are in a good state. Research has consistently shown in numerous studies that movement, that anytime that you move freely, can reduce the symptoms of depression and anxiety. The results often have been comparable to the effects of taking meditation for mild to moderate cases. And here's the key. Movement doesn't just distract you from anxiety. It teaches your nervous system how to get rid of that stress. It gives you a way out. So it's not just a medication that you take. It's a way for your body to actually let go of all that stress, all that anxiety, all of that doubt, all of that energy that we really have pent out inside us. Movement is a way to release it. It's a way to surrender that energy and to let it go. When you are anxious or stressed or feeling down, your body actually wants to move because that will move the energy. That will allow you to make space to feel other things too. And that's not actually a flaw, it's biology. Your body, is made to have these systems to help you regulate yourself, to help you release the energy when you need to. Movement also releases something that is like a fertilizer for your brain. That's why so many times after you work out or you go out for a walk and simply you move, you say, I feel better. I feel more focused, more clear after I go for a walk or after I work out, after I move my body. It's because there is something, I will read it. There is something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is released every time that you move. This kind of like fertilizer in our brain is what supports learning, is what supports memory, is what supports focus, is what supports emotional resilience and emotional regulation. That's why, as I said before, you feel better after you move. That's why you say, oh, I feel like I can think better when I take a walk. Like I can resolve my problems, or at least I can focus better on them when I'm taking a walk. It's because you literally do. Your body is made for that. So anytime you feel stressed, anytime you feel very anxious, here is a reminder that exercise, the movement, the walking, dancing, the kind that you like, is a way to release it. It's a way to release that energy that is spent inside us, to release it through rhythmic movement, whether it's walking, whether it's cycling, whether it's running, whether it's dancing. Movement tells your nervous system, we are safe now. And that allows your emotions, that allows that energy that have been concentrated inside you to start flowing and to start moving inside you and to start going out too. And apart of this, there are numerous health reasons why movement is important. Regular movement for years and years have been linked to lower risk of heart disease, better blood sugar regulation, and less insulin spikes, reduce inflammation. So if you are always that someone who feels bloated, who feels like you have a lot of inflammation, usually movement is a way to reduce your inflammation. And as we all know, stronger bones and stronger muscles as we age, which are super important for longevity. The most powerful part of this is that you don't really need extreme exercise to get these results. Even light but consistent movement significantly improve long-term health outcomes. Now, I want to bring this science into real life because the truth is that when we think about movement or when we think about exercise, we're always thinking about our bodies, right? We're always thinking about what it does for our body. And that's super important. But it doesn't only change our body, it changes how we feel about ourselves. It changes the stories that we say and we tell to ourselves. And it changes our identity, how we see ourselves. So when people start moving, they regularly report that they have a better sleep, that they feel more patient, that they have less emotional reactivity because they have more of an emotional regulation and they are less reactive because of that, and they feel more confident. They have an increased confidence. They also have a stronger sense of self-trust. They start believing that they can do things, that they are more capable than they thought they initially were. But all of these outcomes happen because every day when you move, when you take the time to do something for yourself, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes, you are proving something to yourself too. You're proving that you are capable of doing these things. You start seeing yourself as a person who is capable. You start saying, I can show up, I can follow through, I can handle discomfort, I can take care of myself, I take care of myself. Seeing people transform their life through movement. I have seen people walk themselves out of feeling burnt out. I have seen people use movement to process their grief when they're going through a loss. I have seen people rebuild their confidence after long periods of feeling stuck or feeling like they're not good enough. I have seen people, and I have felt this myself, find clarity through major life transitions through movement. Because the truth is that movement becomes a place where you meet yourself honestly. No pretense, no overthinking, just presence. You have to be there with yourself. You have to feel the movement. You have to, yeah, nobody can do it for you. So you have to do it for you. And the thing, I heard this a few years ago. I think it's true. Whenever you feel stuck in life, whenever you don't know what you want to do in your life, but you want your life to change. You know you want to create something different, but you don't know how to start. You don't know what is the path to follow. The best way is to start with yourself. The best way is to change, and not in a bad way, but the best way is to start with changing yourself. We start seeing yourself as the goal. Start seeing yourself as the project. And one of the easiest, more tangible way to start is through movement, through exercise, through kind of like start being a person who shows up for themselves. Start becoming that person who shows up for themselves. Start becoming that person who cares about what happened to them using movement and using your physical body as a way to start accomplishing this. So if you feel stuck, if you don't know how to start, but you know you want a change in your life, start here. Start with movement. Start with getting more active in your life in a physical way, because that will ripple into all other aspects of your life. But start here. I want to recognize that usually the most difficult part about movement is starting. It's that resistance, that friction that we feel anytime that we think about movement, about moving our body. So I think a question we often ask is, if this is so powerful, if movement is so good for me, what is it that is so hard to do it? Why is it that is so hard to start, to feel motivated to do it? And the issue is that most people think that the problem is motivation or lack of motivation, that they are not motivated enough and such. And that's why they should not do it, because they are not motivated. And it doesn't work like that. You don't get the motivation before you move, and then you feel more motivated. The problem is perfectionism It's an all or nothing thinking, and it's the pressure that we put on ourselves and the chain-based stories that we make around exercise about why we cannot do this, why we are not good enough. So let's change the rules. Step number one to start. Lower the bar, way lower. Instead of thinking, oh, if I cannot work out for an hour, then I won't do it. Start thinking 5 minutes count. One wall around the neighborhood counts. Stretching my body and opening my body counts. Start noticing how the little periods of movement counts. Step number two, anchor your movement to your life, not to your willpower. Say, I will take a walk after every meal. So you are relating it to your meals. I will stretch when I wake up before I get out of bed or just as I get out of bed. I will move during my work breaks. And then pair movement with something enjoyable. If you like going to a place, pair movement with that. If you like having a specific coffee or specific treat, pair movement with that. Because that way you start making movement a part of something that you like, a part of something that you enjoy. And then step number three, track how you feel, not just what you did. Ask yourself, how was my mood after? How did I sleep? How is my energy? How I'm feeling right now? And step number four, choose joy over discipline. If you hate it, you won't stay with it. So start choosing activities, things that actually you enjoy, that actually give you something to look forward to. Movement should feel like support, not like punishment. So this is why movement connects directly to confidence. Confidence doesn't come from thinking, it comes from the doing, it comes from the action. And every time that you move, especially on those days that you don't feel like doing it, you reinforce, I keep the promises I made to myself. And that builds self-trust. That's what builds the evidence and the proof that you need to keep showing up in other areas of your life. That self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Movement teaches you discomfort is survival. It won't last forever. You can be uncomfortable for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, even for 30 minutes. You start recognizing that you can be uncomfortable for that period of time and you won't die and it will pass. It's temporary. You start recognizing that effort creates progress. You are capable of more than you think. This is why movement of any kind, I want you to start with something that you really enjoy, changes how you show up in your life, not just physically, but also emotionally, also mentally, also spiritually, because you allow all those things that are holding you back and all those things that are holding you down, all that stress, that anxiety, that doubt, that overthinking, to have a space to kind of like be released and come out of you. So I want to leave you with this. You don't need to change your body. Often we think that exercise or movement is about shrinking ourselves, about making ourselves smaller, right? About losing weight. And it's not about that. It's about how can you change your why and make it about something that really drives you up to feel better, to feel more energized, to feel more comfortable in your body, to feel stronger, to live longer because you want to see your because you want to see your grandchildren, because you want to be able to run, because you want to complete a marathon or complete a race or have a specific goal. But how can you make your why be stronger than just because you want to lose weight or just look good in clothes? And it's not that that's not important, that's not a good thing, but like, how can you make something that really moves you? Notice here I didn't say motivate you because you won't feel motivated before often, but something that really drives you and that feels like an important why. You don't need to change your body, you need to reconnect with it because your body is not the problem, it's actually the solution. You already have the solution to all those things that you are feeling in your body, and you just need to start tapping into it and start, yeah, reconnecting with it and moving it. So here's is a gentle next challenge. For the next 7 days, just commit to 10 minutes of intentional movement a day. That's it. If you want to do more, do more. Focus on starting first. Focus on lowering the bar. And then if you want to do more, if you're already at another level, do more. But for the next 7 days, commit to 10 minutes of intentional movement a day. And that could be walking, taking a walk around your neighborhood. That could be stretching. Could be dancing in your kitchen while you cook food or when you clean the kitchen. Just something that allows you to move. Notice that there are so many opportunities during your day to move. You can take the stairs. You can park your car farther from the supermarket. You can start going for walks or going for a bike ride when it's something close by. Notice how it changes how you feel. More clarity, more calm, more energy. Notice all of those things because movement is truly medicine. Movement truly helps you heal your body. You deserve to feel well. You deserve to feel energized, more calm, and more confident. So if this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to share with someone who needs the reminder that their body is on their side and they have the capability and the possibility of tapping into it. Thank you for watching or listening. I'm honored to have you here. See you next week. Bye bye.